Her voice is everywhere.
When I first started, it was really all about having that kind of a voice.
We're talking to the queen of voiceover.
Thanks so much, Kimberly. Well, if you've had your TV on or the radio on in the past week, chances are you've heard the most recognizable female voice announcer in America. Randy Thomas has been a voiceover artist for nearly 15 years. She's heard every single day on shows like The Insider, Entertainment Tonight, and she was also the first woman to announce the Academy Awards, the Tonys, and the Oscars 7 times. Today, Randy's given some insight to all of us into the lucrative business of voiceover. She's got a new book out called Voice for Hire. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Audra.
I just love hearing you talk.
Pleasure to be here.
Just like to hear you talk. So we mentioned earlier you do Entertainment Tonight, The Insider, we hear you on the radio, Hooked on Phonics.
I'm a part of all of those shows. It really has been a dream come true because I was a DJ. I started out in radio as a broadcaster.
Right, right.
So I was used to working with my voice, but then being able to leave radio and live the life of my dreams by working out of a home studio. I have a 12-year-old, so it's been great being able to be around her as she's growing up.
And you've been doing this for nearly 15 years, too. So
15 years as a voiceover, almost 20 years as a DJ before that.
Wow. And it's not just having a good voice. So many people think, hey, you've got a great voice. You can do voiceovers. Just like any other job, there's skills and talents that you have to have. Some of those things that people don't recognize would be?
Well, the thing about voiceover is that it really doesn't matter about the kind of voice you have today. When I first started, it was really all about having that kind of a voice. But today, there are so many aspects to voiceover work. And whether there's commercials or animation, the voice of TV characters, promo, which is the area that I happen to specialize in, there are so many kinds of voices, because if you're watching an MTV or a Nickelodeon or a Disney Channel, you're hearing a more youth-oriented voice, probably teenage sounding, because today's voiceover artists, they're looking for more of that peer sound as opposed to the parental sound.
And when you're recording, you say you use your body also. You're not just standing there doing your thing. You're actually moving around, right? Does that help?
Well, that's the thing. You know, when you're doing voiceover, here's the microphone. Your mouth always has to remain consistent to where the microphone is. But that doesn't mean that you can't move your hands for energy. When you're an actor and you're used to being on a stage, you have that physicality that you can use to get your point across. But when you're doing voiceover, in order to create some enthusiasm or give yourself more energy, as I'm using my hands now, that's pretty much how I am when I'm recording. But I just remember that the mic is there and my mouth has to remain in a certain position to the microphone.
So, Randy, let's give everybody out there an example. We've got a little promo here. I hate to put you on the spot. Now, you can either read it, it's in the prompter, or you can read it off paper here. So, whichever you feel comfortable with. Just listen to the beauty of
Well, this was a promo that we ran on Entertainment Tonight, and it was sort of a behind-the-scenes look at the Queen. Queen Elizabeth at home and unguarded. More from the Barbara Walters exclusive. Then Katie, Catherine, we count down the top 10 celebrity wedding dresses of all time. So
I love it.
So let me hear you read it.
Oh, no, you don't want it. No. See, I charge too much, so they won't. No, I'm just kidding. I'm only kidding.
We couldn't afford you.
But I love it because you have to go from sexy to outrageous at the drop of a dime with your voice.
Pretty much.
Forth, right?
And the copy will always dictate what kind of a read you should give it. If you look at the words, they'll sort of jump out at you.
Why did you decide to write this book, Voice for Hire?
I wrote the book because I thought I've learned a lot about how to navigate the slippery slope that is voiceover. And it feels good to share some of that knowledge. Peter Rofé, who comes more from the coaching side, he breaks down how you read commercials. I teach you about promos and what doing live announce is like.
It's great to have you here in the studio. Thank you so much. Good luck with the book,
Appreciate
too.
It, Audra.
Again, Randy's book is called Voice for Hire. It's available now. There's so many topics in there, like she mentioned, like auditions, getting an agent, and getting work even with game and award shows. So you should check it out. Kimberly, we'll send it back to you.